talk, real people, relevant conversations. The I Am Kiana Scales podcast is dedicated to real conversations about issues, emotions, and experiences that affects the lives of everyday people. Welcome to the I Am Kiana Scales podcast, episode 46, proudly sponsored by the Closet Experience Boutique. Today, I'm honored to feature two incredible individuals whose impact on the fashion industry is revolutionary. Introducing Trendsetta and Poppy Teez, the masterminds behind the South's most prominent all-inclusive fashion shows. Their events are more than just fashion showcases, they're a celebration of diversity and talent. With over 70 models, 13 designers, and numerous small businesses in attendance, Trendsetta and Poppy Teez have crafted a platform where creativity and acceptance take center stage. Their shows, eagerly awaited by sold-out crowds, are a testament to the demand for a more diverse and inclusive fashion landscape. At the heart of their mission is a powerful motto. Anybody can be a model regardless of age, ethnicity, or background. Through their vision, they have provided invaluable opportunities for minority creatives and businesses thriving to transform their fashion scene one show at a time. Get ready because we are about to dive into the inspiring journey of Trendsetta and Poppy Teez, exploring how they've turned their vision into a vibrant reality and what they have planned for the future of fashion. I am thrilled to welcome my buddies Trendsetta and Poppy Teez, the founders of the Black Fashion Week, to the I Am Kiana Scales podcast. Woo! And I'm finna get you together, Rick. We not gonna do all that yet. We gonna be good today. Let's see, y'all. Listen, and I call my listeners Listener Land. See, Listener Land, me and Poppy, we go back and we got history. We clowns together, but we gonna get through this interview. Hey, Trendsetta girl.
Hey.
Okay. Now you can't be mad and meek over here today. Y'all ready? Okay, look. Okay. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the conversation. To start, can each of you give a brief introduction about yourselves and your backgrounds? Let's start with you, Trendsetta.
My name is Trendsetta. I am a newborn photographer. I am also a content creator, graphic design, photographer, just period, as far as like modeling goes. But I am also the model curator and coordinator for the Black Fashion Week and also the owner. Um, I'm Nashville raised and born. I am very influenced in fashion as far as being different because when I grew up, pretty much I saw different aspects. Coming from a single home,
Mm-hmm.
you had hand me downs and stuff like that. You had stuff that you had to make work, and I made it work. And now we're using certain fashion to be exclusive and inclusive on the runway.
Ooh, I like that. Come on, Poppy Teez. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Poppy Teez. First and foremost, I always say I'm an award-winning spoken word artist. That's my claim to fame. I'm gonna say it every time.
Yes.
I'm also a clothing designer. I paint really in everything creative. When it comes to the Black Fashion Week, I am the event coordinator and one half owner, obviously. I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. Small place, small town, small mindset. Just being honest. Moved to Nashville, and I always say Jackson raised me, Nashville paid me.
All righty then. I like that. So, how did you both come together to form this partnership, and what strengths do you each bring to the table?
Well, a lot of people actually don't know when they first meet us. We're
Mhm.
actually a couple.
Okay.
We hear everything from sisters to
Best friends.
best friends. It gets creative, but
Mhm.
we're actually a couple. We've been together almost 8 years, and I think this isn't our first business together.
Okay.
So before we even decided to go into business with each other, we each have different. I say different brains, right?
Mhm.
One might be more left brain, the other might be more right brain, but it works. I'm more of I'm analytical on paper, right? But not so much. Trendsetter is very much the analytical one. straight to the point. If anybody gonna get you together, she gonna get you together.
Okay. Now Miss Shy gonna get you together. Okay.
See, it's because it's different aspects
Mhm.
of me. I say I'm like an onion, different layers.
Mm-hmm.
I am very analytical, but that creative coming into play as far as the fashion show goes, and I am able to showcase who I am. Most people know me as being on the back scene as far as the camera, so I don't really put myself out there. Got to do that more, but I am very like straight to the point. This is what we're gonna do, which helps us build and grow as
Mm-hmm.
far as the business goes, because we have a point where we're trying to get to and where we're going.
Yes. So, what motivated you to focus on minority communities and inclusiveness within the fashion industry?
A couple of reasons. So before we started the Black Fashion Week,
Mm-hmm.
we were actually going to fashion shows. Like as guests, it was like a pastime, you know. One thing we noticed is that all the models looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
And typically in Nashville, you actually will probably see the same models at these different fashion shows and showcases. It just is what it is. So when we decided to put this together, we were like, you know, if I was 18 or
Mm-hmm.
so, I didn't know I was beautiful. I always say that at 18, I didn't know I was beautiful. I didn't even know I could be a model. Even though I don't model, I didn't know I could. It's not something that was laid out. I didn't know anybody in the industry. So we kind of just took that, and I don't know. It has to be more people out there
Right.
like us, right? Who don't know that they can model or even be a model, or that the fashion industry is looking at them. So
Because society has told us
Mhm.
what a model is. It had defined it for us.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
growing up, even when you saw your what's her name, Tyra,
Tyra
Banks,
Banks.
and your
Mhm.
Naomi's and all these people, they were still, no disrespect, but they were still,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
clear
they
up
were
for a figure.
still
Yeah.
slender,
Yeah, I mean,
over
yes.
5'10", and I think we rarely get models who are over like
Yeah.
5'10", just because, short girls can model too.
Yes,
And I
put some respect on the short
and but
girls.
most people don't think of that as like a minority in fashion,
Mhm.
but it really
It
is.
really is.
We have a lot of complaints, that designers never dress petite models. But nowadays you see a lot of designers are doing plus size,
Mm-hmm.
which is way more common than petite actually. So,
It is.
I always try to advocate.
Advocate.
Advocate. Thank
I
you
got you.
for the short girls out
Mhm.
there, because they are a minority.
Yes, yeah, you're right about that. When it comes to ripping the runway,
Runway,
yes,
yep.
you're right
Mhm.
about that. So, how do your own stories align with your mission?
I would say our stories align with the mission because there was a point in time where we felt like we didn't have that representation.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have people to showcase and guide us in a way to where we're needing to go. So implementing it into the path. Not only are we, putting you on a fashion show, putting you in the runway, but we are also providing that just that interaction that you're needing. Sometimes you just need somebody to pick you up. Hey, how you doing? Bringing that into that atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Women, period. We grasp on that we're vulnerable. Sometimes we don't know that we can be vulnerable, but being in a room full of people who are being vulnerable opens up a different type of experience.
It really
Yeah.
does.
Mhm.
Especially when you're around women, there's no cattiness, and
Yes.
it's all about getting the goal, because ultimately your goal is to have a successful fashion show.
Exactly.
Right.
So yes, and I can see why women, and then they're around people that look like them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
You're not worried about, oh, am I gonna get the to be in this fashion show? Am I gonna get chosen? Your odds are a little bit better because you're not just looking for your standard models. So
Yeah.
I can understand how that would align, would make that align with what you're looking for. So, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced when launching your fashion shows, and how did you overcome them?
I would say the biggest challenge in Nashville, just it's specifically this location. It's very clicky, right?
Yep.
Whether you are a vendor, business owner, whether you are a clothing brand, whether you are a creative, everybody is in their separate circles.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're trying to do, we're trying to merge all those circles together, right? Because I mean, it's really every aspect of art. So the hardest thing was trying to not only penetrate those clicks, but
Mm-hmm.
like being able to navigate them and bring them together. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of people that you shouldn't work with, and there's a lot of people who come across your path that you know for a fact it's for a reason. Like, you know, Kiana, you know, you one of them people.
we gonna talk about me in a minute. We gonna talk about me in a minute. You know, I wasn't gonna do this interview without talking about myself. Yes.
I would probably say the biggest challenge is the personalities, and that's from vendors, designers, models, the crowd, right? Because you're always trying to make sure in a way that you're making sure everybody is pleased. And in this industry, we know that's hard. Most of the time, you're not gonna get 100%. So being okay with getting that 80%, and people still being okay, but the things that they're complaining about, it can be fixed.
Right. And that's what I can truly say. Being that I have been behind the scenes with you all and in the forefront, I can see that you all do try. And then being the person that I am, I do try to put out some of the fires that I can when I'm there to be like, hey,
I'm gonna appreciate that.
Yes, and like y'all, anybody that knows me, if I can make your team run successfully, even without you asking me, I will go and make some executive decisions just to say, hey, this is not gonna hurt them. They're over here doing this because I've made some, and I think within reason. I don't just go take over people's stuff. No, I don't want to put that out there. But if I can see a need, then I'm like, okay, they're busy doing this. Let me just answer this for someone and take care of it. And I can really say you all do a good job because I've watched you, like I said, from behind the scenes, and you try to be as professional as you can. I know sometimes people don't understand that some people may say that, oh, I'm getting yelled at, but the day of the show is high pace. It's, hey, can we get this? We need you here. So it sounds like that Trendsetta may be yelling when she says, models, listen, because I've heard it, but I've been in the midst of it where it is chatter, but people are not getting dressed, not doing what they're supposed to. So it may make her look like the bad guy when she really is not. So that's why I can say I can vouch.
She has a hard job because most of the time it's like 50 models and they're all calling her name.
Yep.
I think we've been able to, because now we're at the point where everybody focuses on their own thing, right? And we trust that things will get done and that people are being taken care of. It's kind of hard when it's just one person trying to do everything for 50 plus models. Yeah.
That makes sense. So your fashion shows are celebrated for their diversity. So how do you select models and designers to ensure that the inclusiveness is at the forefront?
I can speak to the designers portion because that's kind of my lane. So I pick designers based off of what you offer. So what a lot of people don't know, I'm telling my secret. I try to always have 3 designers that can dress 3 different types. That's my small to large, my plus size, and males, because it's very hard to find. You know, this industry is really kind of female dominated right now.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
Yeah. So I always have to have 3 models that can dress all 3. I mean designers. I have to have 2 designers that's just plus size. I have to have 2 designers that typically deal in small to large. And one of those has to do males as well. But I always try to have 2 designers where they allow me to pick their models.
Okay.
Because we always ensure that anybody who signs up, you will walk on our runway at least once. The goal is more than once, but you will walk at least once. And I kind of do that by, it's really the secret. They let me pick their models.
Ooh, see, I be telling y'all, we get the exclusives over here. Told y'all.
But the model selection process, it's gotten harder and more in depth as we've gone along, because before, first show we probably had 40 models, right? And that's kind of incredible for a first show to have 40 models, but 40 models auditioned, 40 models casted. This upcoming show that we had over 200 model submissions.
Oh wow, look, let's give it up for that 200.
So all 200 can't walk the runway.
Yeah.
Right.
But so that came with doing a lot more research. A lot more research, a lot more coming in and watching the videos, watching what they're doing, making sure that they are taking it the craft into consideration, because what we don't want now on the runway is we're pouring into you, but this is not something you really want to do. What we want is to see the longevity of you taking it serious. I want you to be able to get in those opportunities, have more for yourself, as far as being on that fashion show industry. So yeah.
And that makes sense because you want them to take it beyond you. Like, see
Exactly.
what we can push you into another realm. What can you do? Like, you may be at New York Fashion Week next year just from gracing your runway.
Exactly.
So
I
that
always
makes
say
sense.
we're looking for sponges, not diamonds. So.
Ooh, come on now. Yes. Come on and drop some gems up here on the I Am Kiana Scales podcast. Make my job easy today. So can you all share a memorable moment from one of your fashion shows that highlights the impact of your work? I have one, but I want to see what y'all
A memorable moment. Oh. You know what? For me, I think it'll have to be the first show where we came out with our own clothing line because we create sustainable fashion. And some of the things, that's one of the things that we've never had in a show at that point was, somebody who takes trash and turns it into fashion. So I'd say that's probably one of the most memorable moments from a creative aspect because, nobody was expecting panties on a trench coat.
I sure wasn't. What was that saying? I was up at my mouth. I said, I think my mouth, it was, what did it say?
I can't say that.
I need you to it was something that it said, and it was
something overpower.
Okay, the P over power, vagina over power. We can say vagina over power, but y'all feeling it with the other word. And I think I was like, my mouth just was like, oh wow. I said that's what they do because I didn't know that you all created this type of fashion. I said very creative. I was just like, wow, yeah. My mouth was like, oh, okay, that's what we doing. But okay. Yeah. What is yours, Trendsetta?
I would probably say, honestly, I can't really pick one because each one is different growth. What I will say is that the fact that now we're at the point where we can say we consistently have different types of people who look, whether it's males, females, small, big, little,
trans.
So I can't pick because it's so many different reasons of why I like them. For many different reasons.
Mine was, y'all have to tell me, y'all know I never get the names right. I think they were from a dance group. The ladies that came in.
Showtime Studios.
Yes. Then when they came in, the ladies, and I said, they better walk it runway, baby. Showtime, that was my most memorable one.
Yeah. Because they had drags, kids, like literally,
But I say I wasn't ready for it. I was like, so that's what one of the ones that stood out for me. That one I was like, okay, come on. Y'all know how I get. Come on, bring it, walk, hunty, walk. Yes. So how have you seen the fashion industry change since you started these shows?
Honestly, it's a little bit more inclusive. Not even a little bit more, a lot more inclusive. I see now that people are trying to take that into consideration, especially here in Nashville. Trying to make sure that we are representing, they are representing everybody, or at least have one or two. Got to start somewhere.
Yes, you do.
So, I will say that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Fashion has definitely gotten more inclusive. And you could just kind of tell from these major brands to the the perfume commercials, the clothing line commercials. Like, it's real simple. Even Starbucks,
Yes.
Yeah. So, definitely the inclusion. Yeah.
So your motto emphasizes, as we talked about earlier, that inclusiveness and diversity. Yet practical constraints, let me say, there are practical constraints mean that you cannot select, as we talked about earlier, every model. So when they audition and you have to reject them. How do you ensure that all of the applicants feel valued? Because it's a hard job to have to reject somebody.
I'll speak on this. As far as making sure they have value,
Mm-hmm.
I always explain like because most of the time I am the one who contacts them. Um, I explain like it's not nothing that they did because honestly, that's really the truthful. It's just the point that this person might have a little bit more confidence when they turned in a video.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the main key. It's confidence. When a lot of the models they turn in and they try to do stuff, they are lacking the confidence from doing something different. That you can see it in the videos. That's what I look for. I want you to be confident no matter, even if you feel like you don't have it, even if you don't feel like you have the steps. Just be confident where
Mm-hmm.
you're just doing it. That second thought, that second guessing yourself, a lot of times will make you miss that egg. That's pretty much.
And almost, y'all know, here I go.
Yeah.
You seen me one day, I be all in their mix. They didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
But remember one time, I can't think of her name, but remember I was like, I know she got this. One of them, Big Fine Glenn, when I was at one of the shows, and I was like,
Yeah.
girl, I just seen you rip the runway at somebody else's fashion show. What is wrong with you? Because sometimes it could be an off day. Shout out to Big Fine Glenn. But I had just kind of, went up to her and was like, girl, I just seen you modeling a fashion show. What's wrong today? Get it together. Go over there, take 5. Y'all didn't ask me. That's what I'm saying. I do. This is the kind of stuff I do when I know somebody has it and I see something in them. Then there was another girl one time. I don't remember which fashion show it was. And I told her, you got this. She was just like, she was so nervous. I can't remember her name. But I was like, girl, you got this. She ended up being picked because she was in the fashion show.
Yeah.
But I can't think of her name. But I kept telling her, girl, you got this. And I think she did an opening scene too. I was like, girl, you got this. You got this. Just be confident.
I'm trying to think of who you talking about. You didn't actually have those conversations with a lot of people.
Yeah,
they
I
call
do.
you auntie. They love
Yes,
you.
I'm auntie.
Yeah, they love you.
Because
So.
I feel like if I see it, I'm the same person. If I see it in you, and I'm like, I don't want you to get rejected because you're doing well, but you keep, tensing up, but you got it. You walking, but then you get to where they are, you start shaking like you can't do that.
It's crazy because we have brand ambassadors and we pick them. They have to be in a couple shows to become a brand ambassador, but they're actually some of the most insecure models we have.
Oh, wow.
But you would never know it. But that's such a common theme. Like, I can't tell you, every model at some point is going to have a conversation with Trendsetta about how they just don't feel like they're as good as everybody else.
Oh, wow.
Every model. And it's just like, that is insane to me because everybody else is trying to be you. And you're the main one who's downing yourself. Which I think is so great about, I gotta say what Trendsetta does because I have very little interactions with the models. But she is mother, teacher, preacher, counselor. I mean, if anybody's gonna talk, they're gonna come straight to her. It's like they need her validation. And she is not the person out there coaching and teaching these moves, but she's the person who they're talking to, who's coordinating everything. And it's just something about her validation. I don't know what it is, but it I don't know. You can see a model change in the course of 2 hours.
And that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. I try and be what everybody needs at that moment. Because again, there was moments where I didn't have that. So if I can be that whatever, sister, therapist, auntie, cousin, whatever you're needing at that moment to get you to that next level, I feel like honestly the world probably be a lot better.
And I commend you for that.
Yeah, because that's what people need. Just that person. Yeah.
Most definitely. So what are some of the key qualities you look for in designers and small businesses that participate in your shows?
Oh, so one of the things I had to learn very early on with businesses is I can't stand when a business says that they didn't make any money. Now, this is just a tip for anybody out here who's trying to plan these events. What I have learned is, you cannot have several types of the same vendors, which is kind of hard when you have a fashion show because every designer wants to be a vendor. You got to limit that too. Really, we kind of do first come, first serve. We're not going to have multiple clothing brands. We're not going to have more than one jewelry vendor. We're not going to have more than one person who does desserts. And these are kind of things that we've kind of just learned. And that's probably my biggest pet peeve is somebody coming and saying they ain't make no money because I'm about to buy something.
What? Okay.
I would agree with that, but I would say more so as not making no money, but you didn't promote yourself.
That's
You
what
didn't
I was gonna say. I have
advertise
two
yourself.
sides because I'm my business mind when I go around.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have to force them to say who they are, whatever,
Yep.
because say, hey, promote yourself. What do you have? But I don't want to talk. I'm shy. Shy is not gonna get nobody to this table.
Yep.
And I can't do all the work for you.
Yep.
Then another thing, I want to go back to having. It's good that you limit it, but sometimes as a consumer, it's like when I walk around, I'm like, well, I know it's hard for y'all to select. You can only get if it's only 8 slots, you can only fill.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you do have to do that, I notice it's like maybe somebody makes some money because if all you have is size small through large, and then the other part, both of y'all both have the same, and I couldn't really buy any clothes. Not that I didn't want to support you, but because I try to go around because I'm, like I said, I am a business owner, so I do try to go around and support people. Sometimes I don't even buy the product. Sometimes I just like, here, what's your cash? I'm just gonna bless you. And then, or if I don't do that, I have been on the stage and said, hey, who want, I'm gonna buy this for them. And then see me out I got the cash up. Go over there and get something, because I try to make sure I'm at least leading by example as well.
Yeah.
But it is hard.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a really a double-edged sword because on the other hand, you do want the business owners to promote that they're going to be at the event, sure. But on the other end, I do feel like a lot of event coordinators drop the ball when it comes to promotion and marketing. Anybody who knows me, I feel like I'm a marketing guru. Probably not, but a free marketing guru, right? Because it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to, if you know what you're doing and how to capitalize on the opportunities you get, you can, it can really be free. But yeah, that's my little spiel.
Yeah. And then, like I tell people also in business, there's no guarantee you're going to make money. Y'all, anybody knows me, I've been in business forever. There's some events I've done that didn't make any money, but that just means that wasn't, maybe that was not my crowd. Maybe what I had they didn't want. I don't look at it like I'm going to go bash somebody's event.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I always put it on myself. Maybe what I had that day didn't align with what the people wanted. That's true. Sometimes as business owner, we do have to take responsibility.
But I feel like diversity goes all the way down to the consumer too, right? Having different models of ages, different types of designers, I feel like that brings in a variety of crowd, right?
Yes.
And because you got to play your church music, you got to play your club music, you gotta cater to the needs of the crowd. And I feel like that goes to the businesses too, right? It has to be something there for somebody. I don't care if you just buy some food.
Right.
I need you to come in and
and support
Black businesses.
Yeah. Please do.
Yeah.
And stop bashing us all the time. Y'all don't always bash McDonald's and everybody else. Y'all will get them chance after chance.
Yep. Sure will.
Everything does not have to be meant for Facebook. And I always call it the chime factory over there. Because if the first question when I look at stuff is when I see you ranting about something, I say, well, did you go to that CEO, that manager, that company? I never see where you told me where you have addressed it with the business owner. If you never addressed it with that Black business owner, they're not going to know how to get it right.
That's true.
You didn't come tell Kiana Scales that the closet trends lacked in this. You went to social media. Now, at this point, I really don't know because I'm looking at a feed with a rant. I don't even know what you're talking about. You didn't bring it to me.
That is extremely correct. But also, too, I think we have a lot of talented and lucrative business owners who do not have great customer service.
But customer service comes multiple ways. That's on customer end too.
Yes, it is. Because I'm gonna have a different type of energy if you don't tell me good morning first and you're reaching out to me about a service. I don't know. It's just
2 o'clock in the morning.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh, did I say good morning when I asked him to come on this podcast? Good Lord. No, I did say, hey, ladies. I probably did. I know I said a hey something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always going to keep it professional no matter how I know. I try to make sure I do that.
Yeah. Some things are minor though. Like if my website says my business hours is from 9 to 5 and you reach out to me at 8 o'clock, I'm just going to reach back out at between 9 to 5. You don't have to.
Look at me, Lorma. I got to work on it. I
gotta work on that.
I get in trouble all the time for answering because if I see, I'm like, let me just go and take care of it right now. And then I find myself in a whole dialogue from 10 to 11. And I'm like, I'm not on the clock. Yeah, I'm guilty of because sometimes going over and beyond. But I'm learning that Kiana, no.
You got to set boundaries.
Set them boundaries. Yes, I get in trouble for all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, all the time. But I'm learning.
Yeah.
So, as the host of the fashion show, I'm just curious. What is it about me, I am Kiana Scales, that made y'all both think, yeah, she's the one for this role? What do you see in me that will make the show stand out? Y'all know what I'm talking about myself.
It's not about what we see, you know what I'm saying? It's what other people see.
Oh, well, thank you.
Seriously, it's really hard to find people who exuberate the type of energy you do. It's just hard to find. You know, a lot of people, they walk into a room and it's immediate competition. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Because you've been on every aspect of the fashion show. Host, designer, you know, vendor. It doesn't matter. It feels very competition-esque. And so you just need that good lighthearted energy to come in and, I don't know, fill the room, right? Your presence very much fills the room. And I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, agree. Energy, personality. I like the fact that whether they are down or they just in the mode of being a vendor or a designer, you always bring it back. You change that energy. And I feel like that makes a great host. Especially in the fashion industry. Also, you always come dressed. Okay. Always come to the theme.
That's right.
So I think you always kill a part as a host. So why not?
And we work well together.
We sure do.
We do. You know the hand cues.
Yes, baby. When I tell you, all you have to do is tell me my assignment. And I got you. That's what I tell people about me. I may not have this long, impressive resume, all of these files, but put me in a room with anybody. And that's why I said this humble stuff, put me in a room with anybody. I'm going to bet on myself and know what I can bring to the table. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not trying to throw this out there to be like competitive with somebody else because I'm not throwing away nobody's accolades. Right. Because I jumped into this thing just off of a microphone being put in my hand several years back with Create the Culture. Shout out to Create the Culture. And I was like, oh, I was designed for this. Entertaining is my thing. How I ended up in healthcare, the hell if I know. Because I'm like, no, baby, that's not it. Put a microphone in my hand, baby. Shout out to ATL the way I rolled my Kiki this weekend. But that was the weekend before. But y'all will see that footage. So by the time this air, that footage will be out there. So go and look at that footage. Look at me all in the middle of y'all interview.
I can't wait to see this footage now.
Woo, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show it before I hit the internet. I'm gonna show it to you.
Now this upcoming show, you know, we loosening the reins a little bit. So we need some of that good Kiana commentary, you know, throughout.
Well, I'm just gonna say, you know,
the microphone not gonna turn off.
Oh, okay. So it ain't turning off this time.
Nope.
Oh, well, come on. Y'all done opened up the floodgates, man. Woo, baby, it is on. Woo. Y'all don't know what y'all getting into. I'm ready. We're gonna get through this interview, then we're gonna talk about this.
Okay.
Because we gotta get some nuggets over here. What advice would you give to aspiring fashion entrepreneurs or creatives in the industry?
I think it kind of goes to saying, you know, all money ain't good money. All opportunities are not good opportunities. I always try to say you need to really, models, designers, vendors, people who are looking to get into some type of runway show, you really need to watch what the owners, the creators are doing. You need to watch how they're marketing, how they're promoting the event, ask questions. It's so many people or come in and they're like, yeah, I want to be a part, and haven't asked not one question. And so I'm very forthcoming with information because I want you to have questions, right? And then you're involved and you're in it and you have really no clue on what's expected of you or what you're expecting of the production because you didn't ask any questions. So just any creative, just ask questions, you know, especially if you're going to pay some money, you should at least have 3 questions.
And since I have you at that, what 3 questions would you say should be the top 3?
number one, what's the turnout like? You know, how many people, average over the last 5 events, how many people have been there? I'll take it a step further. What is the demographic of people that you have at your event?
Yes.
Because a lot of times designers, you might be a lingerie designer and the crowd is 60 and over. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't mesh. It doesn't work. What's the turnout like? What do I get? And I really don't like that question, but sometimes everything needs to be transactional, right?
Right.
What do I get? I'm coming in town, out of town. I'm bringing my brand with me. I'm being a part of your production. What do I get? Because a lot of people don't know that the production would not run without these certain individuals, right? It's not going to be a show without designers. It's not going to be a show without models. So what do you get? What do I get in return? Third one got to be, I don't know, I'm a creative. So it would have to be, what type of creative range do I get? Like, where can I implement myself into what you have going on?
Want to add anything, Trendsetta?
Trusting yourself, believing yourself. Because as a vendor or designer, if you don't believe in yourself, why would I believe for you to come out to my event and to have a good turnout?
Right.
I wouldn't. If you talk down on yourself or like, I'm just a new beginning business owner, you shouldn't be telling me that. You should be acting like you have been in this for years. Not that you knew and you just trying to fill out the reins, because like she said, it's transactional. What is that going to do for us as you're being a new business or vendor or designer?
We had a designer that traveled all the way from Ohio just to bring us his portfolio of his designs. He just wanted us to look at it. He wasn't expecting us to offer him to be in the show. He was just like, I'm coming in town. I want to meet y'all. Here's my portfolio. I want you to look at my designs. And I was just like, we're going to waive that designer fee for you, because just the initiative, like, you want to come meet us? Like, you want to come show us your designs? Yeah. Just the initiative alone will, I don't know. More people need to be like that. Like, this is my work. Here it is. And not expect anything in return.
Right. That says a lot. It really does. To know that somebody was out there like, oh, I saw their fashion show. Let me see how I can be a part of what they have going on. So that means you're being seen. I don't know what you said, Ohio. Okay, come on now. Come on. So I was just going to ask, that was going to lead me to this question. What has the response been from designers, models, and businesses that have participated in your shows?
Well, let me ask you, you participated. How you feel?
Well, look, I feel good. I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying it because y'all my buddies, because y'all know, I tell y'all, I'm not going to say it on here, but I tell y'all what I be like, this not going to work. Let's get this together. Because it's constructive criticism.
Yes.
That's why they're able to sit here today. And because like I said, my energy, when I tell people, I'm not coming off like I don't know nothing about a fashion show. But if I'm the consumer and I see something, I'm just like, yeah, can we work on this? Can we get this? Like, we got to work on this. Like, it's my fashion show. But they trust, I'm talking like it's mine. And they not once correcting me. Because I'd probably be like, wait a minute. You speaking French? Who is we all this stuff you saying? But anywho, you know what I'm saying? It's like y'all trust. It's something about working with y'all that y'all trust that I can say X, Y, and Z.
Of course.
And it'd be like, and then I can see that y'all take those notes and make improvements. Because I wouldn't be rocking with y'all as long as I rock with y'all. I'd be like, these girls, I'm trying to tell them something. They must think I got it. Like I tell everybody, I don't have the big head. But if I can look, because you can't see through the lens that somebody in the audience is seeing.
That's very true.
Well, see, I think we trust you so much, Kiana, because you've seen us through every season of this fashion show. You've seen us when we were up. You've seen us when we were down, and boy, have we been down. You've talked us through certain things, motivated us. So just that energy alone allows us to say, Kiana got it. We ain't got to tell Kiana too much. We're going to get together before the show. I'm going to give her notes, and she going to take it from there. And I don't know, you saw something in us.
I did the very first
that built
time
that trust for us.
that I met y'all. I was like, they got something. I was like, I think I was telling Keita too. I was like, they got something here. Just we got to polish out some things. Because I like this. Something about them. I was like, yeah, I got to stick by them because they got something. And it's not that I'm trying to ride a coat. It's about y'all could go on next season and get another host. I just gonna be right there clapping my hands because I'm that excited for you all. Yeah. I tell people, if you know me to know that if I love you, I love you. And like I said, even when you say, hey, we want to go in this direction, I'm still gonna be there. It's no hard for because I know when it's time to take a back seat to something. And that's the thing. Like a lot of people don't think about it. They're like, oh, they gonna do me like it. No, it's not always about you. Your season with somebody could be over in that aspect, but you could still be cool, still join together and be cool. That's true. Yeah, I just say a lot of people have a lot to learn in that aspect. Everybody think because they're not part of a program or somebody's replaced, it's like now it's beef. No, as I've seen that a lot. Like I don't. Then when I get down to the bottom of it, I'm like, no, y'all need you to change your perspective because that's not how that happened. They were just looking to go. It's nothing you've done because if you've done something, they would have told you. But anyway, y'all know I get on my soapbox about stuff like it. So I have to know I know, but my people are going to want to know, what does the process look like for planning and executing a fashion show of y'all's magnitude? And like, can you provide me with like timeline, key stages? Like, do y'all do timelines?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything is planned out. Pretty much. We usually plan out like far as what we're going to do in the next step. Right now on this show, we're probably already planning our next show. Okay, come on now. So, or what we're going to do next. And then far as marketing goes, we'll give ourselves maybe like 3 to 6 months, 6 months at the most. As far as marketing, getting it out there, promoting. And then far as the models go, they always have a 8-week program. As far as how they're going to learn, what they're going to learn, teaching them the steps, providing everything to them. Designers, they're a little bit different as far as they just go with the process. We give them more of a leeway because they are designers. Same with vendors. They are vendors. These are their businesses. So we kind of make sure we do a lot of the stuff for them as far as what they're needing, which like the formation of the show. If you're a designer, you wanting a certain routine, I do that. Okay. We got the music, we'll do that. So a lot of that stuff as far as what we'll do for you is what you're needing. The most part is the marketing, honestly, promoting, getting it out there, telling people, getting on news, getting on podcasts, just all of that different types of stuff to bring in the crowd of people.
I always say I cannot do an event unless I have 90 days. I have a 90-day window. Okay. If I have more than 90 days, you better watch out.
Okay. 90 days.
But I need at least 90 days. Okay. And that's from the start of the first post you see about the event to the actual event. Okay. So, 90 days.
90 days. She has a 90-day rule, y'all. So, can you give us a sneak peek into what attendees can expect from the evolution of fashion that's coming up on September 29th? Doors open at what time? 3. Showtime 4. We want to know, what can we expect? What can the people expect?
So, this upcoming show, we really want to do something different. Okay. Staying true to who we are. So we are looking at the future of fashion, but we're honoring where we have been. Okay. So we're gonna take you through time a little bit.
Okay, I like that.
We're gonna start in the future. I will tell you that. We're gonna start in the future.
So be on time.
Yeah, be on time.
Because you don't want to miss the opening act.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Because the intro is always the best
intro.
Part, right?
Look, I got it wrong. The intro. The intro is gonna set the tone, baby.
Yep. But yeah, definitely looking at the future of fashion. Our designers are even getting in on the theme, which is something we've not had really too much of. You know.
And it's funny that you said that because I kept telling Keita have to tell you because I'm not making this up. What did I tell you? I was like, I want to look. I'm answering the question. I was like, I want to do it, and I had all these big bright ideas, but the closet experience money wasn't where it was, and I would have to buy these inventory. And since I'm not a designer, I was like, I can't do it because I had this whole. See, y'all don't be knowing the concepts I be having all these visions, and Keita be like, Then I'll be like, I ain't got no money to really do this because that means, I was had a whole thing about going all the way back from the 60s on up.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, now, Kiana, just be a host. Just do you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know me, I'm big on, me, I always try to do whatever it is. If it's a fall, when I want fall, spring, but yes.
Yeah.
But keep going. I'm sorry.
Just the fashion itself is completely elevated
Ooh.
from anything we've
Mhm.
had. I mean, we have more sustainable fashion, which is awesome. We have more actual people who create their clothes than clothing lines and stuff like that. So, I mean, people are traveling in. We only have 3 local designers
Okay.
for this show. Only 3.
Only 3.
Out of
wow.
13, only 3
Okay.
are local. So people are traveling in
Mhm.
far and wide to be a part. But yeah, future of fashion, where we've been, where we are, and what you can expect to see, because these fashion trends, they get a little out there.
They sure do. Look at that girl, them Daisy Duke song. Y'all remember that Daisy Duke era? Don't act like y'all don't know about that.
It never ended.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it really
just changed the
did.
name.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, it really never did. Because now I call them hoochie mama clothes, but that's just hoochie mama. That's so I'm dating myself. But anyway, woo. So, are there any special performances, collaborations, or unique segments planned for this event? Look, I'm trying to get the exclusive tea over here.
So I will say,
Mhm.
something I'm super proud of for this upcoming event is that we are partnering with the Equity Alliance,
Okay.
and we will have on-site voter registration.
Yes, let's give it up for that. Voters registration. If you are
Yes.
not registered to vote, please see that table.
Yes.
Equity Alliance will be in the building. Please, y'all. This is a key election.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm not telling you who to vote for.
Nope.
All I am saying is
Just
that this
vote.
is a key election and vote. Express your right to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm most excited about, because when we talk about community, we always are looking at ways that we can play our part, right?
Mhm.
And with such a big election this year, it is only right. Because if you don't know, a lot of our models, guests are 18, college age,
Mhm.
and I did a poll. Most of them are not registered to vote. So really,
Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah. So just doing our part, and then you can get information about local elections, things that are going on right here in Nashville,
Yes.
and how you can be a part, meetings that you can attend, and stuff like that. Another collaboration I'm super excited about is we got 6-1 Tribe in the building.
Come on, 615 Tribe. Come on.
Yeah. Couple of music performances, and one of the members is a designer. So
Okay.
we got some of that. I'm super excited for that.
Wait a minute, I missed something. You not performing?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That must supposed to be not okay. I'm gonna mind my business. Okay.
I have not decided if I'm gonna perform yet. I didn't perform at the last one. I ain't perform at the last one. And I don't know, I haven't performed in like a year,
Look, me and Keita
I took a break.
You see, we both was like, we look forward to you performing.
Well, I appreciate that.
Okay, we ain't gonna force you now. We ain't gonna force you.
What are you excited for?
I'm excited for, of course, the voting, but also being in a different venue, being in
Okay, yes. And I forgot to mention, do y'all have the address? I know it's the Pyramid, but can y'all give me the actual address?
3634 Clarksville Pike, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Doors open at 3.
Yep.
Showtime at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Please be in your seat when the intro comes on.
Please.
Please. And
Please.
thank you in advance.
I'm just saying, if you're not in your seats, the way the production is set up, hint, you might be in the way.
Yep. That's why I'm encouraging them to get there. Please.
They won't
please.
be in the way.
Look. Now we gonna let you in. I am Kiana Scares gonna let you in the door, so just come on. Get them tickets. And tickets can be found on your website. Give them the website.
The Black Fashion Week co.net.
One more time.
The Black Fashion Week co.net.
One more time.
The Black Fashion Week co.net.
This ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna be like, I didn't get it. I ain't know where to go. And then those that are interested in staying up to date on your latest projects and events, how do they follow you on social sites?
That'll be the Black Fashion Week on every social media site. That's the Black Fashion Week on every social media site.
Okay, y'all got that. Every social site. Say it one more time.
The Black Fashion Week.
Y'all got it?
From Cash App to Threads.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So make sure if you want to sow a little seed, What's that Cash App again?
The Black Fashion Week.
Because they got to purchase some more, what's the word, sustainable
fashion.
fashions.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't purchase sustainable fashion. You
where
kind of find it. You find it.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm trying to get
repurposed.
I'm trying to get you some money. They didn't know that. They brains wasn't going to know that because they don't listen for 50 minutes now. They wasn't going to know that. I'm trying to put some money. Ooh, I can't help people putting no money in their pocket to say they lie. Y'all, this has been fun. Thank you, Trendsetta and Poppy Teez, for gracing me with your presence on the I Am Kiana Scales podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome. You know we're already like family, and you're welcome back anytime to come chat it up with your girl. I am so excited for the fashion show because I can't wait to see what's ripping the runway.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to do something. Now, this is going to air Sunday. I'm going to talk with Trendsetta and Poppy, even if I got to buy y'all a ticket. I guess I got to buy two because nobody's going to come by themselves. Y'all going to make me have to buy 2 tickets. Lord Jesus. But anyway, we're going to figure it out. And I'm going to do a, what is it called? Contest.
Okay.
Now look, I spend my money. You better be at this fashion show.
There you go.
Because they going to tell me who you are.
Yeah.
And I ain't always nice. No. I got to stop threatening folks. Okay. Y'all, seriously, though, I do want to give back to somebody that y'all, even if y'all know somebody, just off the rip. And if you know somebody that's been like, I really want to come, I don't have it, I will purchase their tickets. I'll give 2 so they could, come with somebody. Unless they just want to come by themselves. But most time, you want to bring your home girl, your little sneaky link, what the young folks call it?
Sneaky link.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. You humming a lot over there.
I'm a young folk.
She don't know too much.
Cause I'm sitting up there, she's so messy. That's what I'm sitting up. Look, I'm finna start something. Look, I'm good for starting something, y'all. They know I love them. I'm just over here kikiing and acting a fool. But yes, thank y'all so much. I greatly appreciate it. Real talk. When fashion embraces inclusiveness, it not only transforms the industry, but also uplifts and empowers every individual who steps into the spotlight. Fashion should be a form of escapism, not a form of imprisonment. Woo, y'all gonna catch that later on. Fashion should be a form of escapism, not a form of imprisonment. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone for streaming and tuning in. Your support means the world to me.
Hey ladies, ready to elevate your style game? From timeless classics to the hottest trends, we've got something for everyone. Visit theclosetexperience.com and save 10% today with code PODCAST. That's PODCAST. Theclosetexperience.com. What's in your closet? Theclosetexperience.com. What's in your closet? Be sure to use code PODCAST, PODCAST, and save that 10%. Theclosetexperience.com. What's in your closet?